The key wouldn't turn. At first, I blamed the rain. The sky had been crying since morning, as if it knew something I didn't. My fingers trembled, not from cold, but from a strange unease crawling up my spine. 3 weeks. 3 weeks away from home, attending to my sick mother in the village. 3 weeks of longing for my husband's arms, my warm bed, the laughter that once filled my house. I tried the key again. Nothing. That's when I saw them. A pair of red heels, polished, familiar, out of place. My breath caught in my throat. No, it can't be. But deep down my spirit already knew. In our land, elders say, when the wind carries a strange scent into your home, it is not a visitor. It is a warning. I knocked. Softly at first, then harder, then with desperation. Footsteps approached, but not his. The door opened, and there she stood. Amara, my sister by choice, my shadow, the one who knew the rhythm of my heart better than anyone. She wore my robe. She stood in my doorway. She looked comfortable. Oh, she said, as if I had merely returned from the market. You're back early? Early? My chest tightened. Where is he? She hesitated. That single pause broke something inside me. I pushed past her, and there he was. Daniel, my husband, standing in the center of our living room like a stranger in a story I no longer belonged to. He held his favorite mug, the one I bought him on our first anniversary. Everything looked the same, and yet everything had changed. What is this? I asked, my voice barely holding together. Daniel sighed like I was a badan. We were going to tell you. Tell me? I laughed, but it sounded like something breaking. Tell me what? That my best friend now sleeps in my bed? That my home is no longer mine? Amara stepped forward. Please, listen. No! I snapped. You listen. Both of you. Silence filled the room, thick and suffocating. You did this while I trusted you, I continued, my voice shaking, while I was taking care of my mother, while I prayed for this family. Neither of them spoke, because there was nothing to say. The truth was standing right there, alive, breathing, heartless. I looked around, the pictures, the furniture, the life I built with love and sacrifice. Every corner whispered memories that now felt like lies. You wanted my life, I said, staring at Amara. Her lips trembled, but she said nothing. And you? I turned to Daniel. You gave it away. Still silence. That was when I understood something deeper than pain. This wasn't sudden. It was planned. Slow. Intentional. Betrayal doesn't shout. It grows quietly in the shadows of trust. I reached into my bag and placed my spare key on the table. I hope it was worth it, I said softly, and then I walked away. The rain welcomed me. Heavy, cold, relentless. I didn't know where I was going. My legs moved, but my soul felt left behind in that house. I collapsed by the roadside, the mud soaking into my clothes, my tears mixing with the rain. I cried for everything, for the love I lost, for the friendship I buried, for the foolish trust I gave so freely. Why me? I whispered to the empty road, but no answer came. Only the distant sound of thunder. Days passed, then weeks. I moved back to the village, to my mother's small hut, the same place I once dreamed of escaping. Now, it was my refuge. At first, I was a shadow of myself. I barely spoke. I barely smiled. The villagers watched me with quiet understanding because in African soil, pain is never unfamiliar. One evening, my mother sat beside me under the old Iroko tree. She didn't ask questions. She didn't offer pity. She simply said, "My daughter, when a snake leaves your house, do you cry? Or do you thank God you saw it before it bit you again?" I looked at her, my eyes still heavy with sorrow. They took everything from me, I whispered. She shook her head gently. No, she said. They revealed themselves to you. I was silent. You lost nothing that was truly yours, she continued, because what is meant for you will never need to be stolen. Her words settled slowly, like seeds in dry soil. I began to rebuild. Not the house, not the marriage, but myself. I started small, helping women in the village sell palm oil and fabrics. Then I expanded, using skills I had forgotten I possessed. Days turned into months, and slowly, the pain softened. Not gone, but no longer controlling me. I laughed again. I breathed again. I lived again. One afternoon during a local festival filled with music and dancing, I met him. Kola. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy, but he was kind. The kind of man who listens more than he speaks. The kind who respects silence and honors truth. He didn't rush me, didn't try to fix me. He simply walked beside me, at my pace. And for the first time in a long time, I felt safe. A year later, I stood in front of a new home. Not as big as the old one, but stronger. Because it was built on truth, not illusion. Laughter filled the air again, but this time, that way it came from a place of peace, not pretense. As I stepped inside, I paused at the doorway, the same place where my life once shattered. But this time, I smiled because I understood something I didn't back then. Sometimes betrayal is not the end of your story. It is the fire that clears the path for your true life to begin. And as the elders say, what breaks you can also bless you if you have the courage to rise. I was no longer the woman who was betrayed at the doorstep. I was the woman who walked away and found her way home again